Freedom stuff. So Washington Freedom, I assume. At the back there are a couple who are a little bit confused. Look, Freedom, and he got the hat on. Okay, let's speak to these youngsters here because of their sign. First of all, who is your favorite player?
Travis Head, for sure.
Why?
I really like his batting. His shots are really good. Gets the runs no matter how they look.
Okay, who's going to win today? Who do you want to win today and why?
I definitely want Washington Freedom to win. They're like my favorite team, and I was supporting them throughout MLC. So
okay, he says he was supporting them through MLC, but I think you have a yellow shirt somewhere, don't you?
I did have yellow shirt earlier, but now I'm supporting Washington Freedom big time.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Everybody's got to say freedom with me, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Freedom! Unicorns!
Lovely, Palm. Listen, guys, 6,500 people expected today at the MLC. Look at them. They're everywhere, and they love their cricket here in Texas. We cannot wait for today's match, and we think the fans, you guys are in for a real thriller. Credit to you for getting your tickets. Let's take a look at the two 11s. Sonny, talk us through the San Francisco Unicorn side.
Well, they've got a good batting lineup. We've seen what Finn Allen can do, and then in the middle order as well, there's Corey Anderson who can come in and smack the ball. Young Sanjay Krishnamurti has been very promising. I'm looking forward to see how he tackles the pressure of a final. When it comes down to the bowling, they've got a very good bowling lineup. I think Harish Rauf, if he can bowl those Yorkers on the spot, then he can be hard. But if he keeps on bowling all the time on the length, he gets clobbered. So that's what he's got to look at. But this is a very, very good Unicorns team.
Right, now on to the Freedom, who have 3 important Aussies here, AJ Tyen as well today, so that's their one change. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a big loss, obviously, because he's such an experienced player, and in particular at the back end to bowl those dot ball percentages, which he is actually excellent at doing as well. When it comes to the top here, Travis Head has been in the form of his life, no question, backed up by some really good play from Rachin Ravindra. Maxwell comes good as well. Andrew Tye being that change that I just want to quickly mention, because his experience, his ability to be able to bowl through phases, also really important. Natravala, leading wicket taker to the tournament. He's got to be game on today, as well as the captain, Steve Smith, who's been in very special form.
And Haydos, you speak about Saurabh Natrabalkar. It was 1 year in this tournament when he took 6 for 9 against the Unicorns. It really was the start of what has been a magical journey for him. The World Cup and now in this year's MLC. Sonny, what has impressed you when you look at his 14 wickets?
What it tells you is how he's grown in stature as a bowler. Obviously, the experience of the last MLC, then the performances in the T20 World Cup have boosted his confidence. But the way he varies his pace, the way he angles the ball to the left-handers or across to right-handers, just shows that he's just simply getting better and better. And that's why they will have to watch out for him. Because if he gets early wickets, then he's setting his team up for restricting the opposition.
Yeah, when we showed you a little earlier one of the moments of the weeks and the fact the tournament, it was between this fella here right now and Jake Fraser McGurk. He set him up with Steve Smith in a really appropriate way to get him out. He executed his plan, and that's what you need as a captain. You need to be able to go to something like this and realise what you've got. 47% of the time he's hitting that back of a length area that you hear Morris talk about so often at the pitch reports. He's owning a space, he's owning his own, he's accountable to his captain, and his planning and his execution of those plans is superb.
Yeah, one thing many won't know, he's got the most wickets at the back end of the innings, which has not been his strongest suit of the past. So it shows you he's continuing to advance and learn in his game, his variations, and hopefully we'll get to see some of those on display. Right, when we talk about the Freedom, they're so loud behind me. When we talk about the Freedom, gentlemen, batting-wise, Andres House, he's batted at number 3. They've had such good starts, but he's played a critical role against the spin in the middle overs here.
Yeah, he sure has, because just when you consider the starts that they've been having, it's been a real requirement through the middle for someone to get going, and that's exactly what he's done, taking on spin. He's not playing overly risky cricket either. He's just managing to find a way to hit the boundaries with the appropriate ball. So he's a big player this evening, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Sonny, when you think about what he's done to support Head and Smith, what is he giving them in maybe those overs between overs 6 and 12 before they get to the back end?
Well, what he's doing is he's capitalizing on the starts that Steve Smith and Travis Head are giving. And that's important because you don't want that the openers in the first 6 overs or 7 overs have got you 10 runs and over, and then suddenly you find that the scoring slows down. You want the momentum to be kept up, and that's what he keeps on doing, and that is the reason you find the Freedom scoring so many runs. runs.
When you think about that batting lineup, Gauss, Smith, Head, Glenn Maxwell, who's fighting form, dangerous proposition. And speaking of the freedom, they are one win away from completing their magical story. So let's flip back through the pages and return to their opening chapter.
It's been a wonderful journey for us right from the start.
It's that man Netravalka again. He just can't stop taking wickets.
Different players have put their hands up in different pressure situations. Each player has a very clear, crisp role given by the coaching staff, and that really helps us to go out there, believe in ourselves, and try our best to execute our skills.
It's been an amazing experience so far. Didn't quite realise the amount of cricket fanfare that it is in the US, and pleasantly surprised, being able to spend time with fans after games and stuff like that. And the crowds that we've had over the last 4 weeks have been incredible.
Six. Got a hold of that.
So I think Unicorns are still a very, very good side. They beat us in the group stages as well and shown their talent too. But I think it's just the quality of our players. We've got world-class players. Hitty, Smudger at the top. You've got Maxi. Marco bowling some new ball. We've had Locke, unfortunately. The way he was bowling was amazing.
Kudos to them for the way they bounced back after that game, and especially domestic youngsters have done well, like kid Sanjay Krishnamurthy. I've seen him grow, and I'm happy for him that he's showing his skills on a big stage.
Bang! Beautiful shot.
And he gets to 50.
I'm just looking forward to the contest and the battle. Obviously, two very good teams, two legendary coaches, legendary players and coaches. So it's going to be a great battle. I think they've got a lot of firepower. We've got a lot of firepower. And I think finals cricket's always fun, and hopefully a great crowd. A win or lose, win or go home is pretty special.
They've been the best team in this year's competition, the Washington Freedom. He lost one man who's almost flown under the radar until a couple of days ago where he smashed a 50, Glenn Maxwell. What are you looking to see from him in a big final today?
Well, here's the X and X factor. No doubt about it. He's not going to be on the top of the leaderboard in terms of runs scored or even wickets taken for that matter, of which he's taken 9. But in particular, when it comes to big games and thinking back to those times, even during the World Cup, for example, his 200 on one leg was phenomenal. He just is such an X factor. And if he gets it right, he is dangerous.
Yeah, we can't forget his bowling contributions as well. His off-spin has provided Steve Smith a viable option across all three of the phases. What about his bowling, Sonny?
Well, exactly. That's what I was going to come to, because what he does, he doesn't try to do too many things with the ball. He just concentrates on the line, on the leg, depending on the batter's strength. And he picks up wickets. He keeps on picking wickets, and that's the best thing that you want. The best dot ball is the wicket dot ball. And that is why he's such, as Matthew said, such an absolutely X factor. Sometimes, when he's done well, you want that his name is spelled MAXXXXXXWELL.
Lovely. Listen, when we come back from the break, we'll hear from the coaches. Stay with us.
Take your everyday and make it extraordinary. With What Car's Car of the Year 2024, all new Lexus LBX. At Direct Line, we've got car insurance for different kinds of people. Alice likes to have it all. She's got Comprehensive Plus. Then there's Joel, who likes just a few bells and whistles. He's got Comprehensive. Or there's our new Essentials cover for those like Dan, who prefer things stripped back. Exactly. So whatever flavour you're after, come direct to compare our prices.
make Discovery Plus your home for the Olympic Games Paris 2024. With more than 55 live event feeds covering all the action, Discovery Plus has got you covered.
That is fabulous!
Discovery Plus has timeline markers as well as gold medal alerts, ensuring that you never miss a moment and taking your viewing experience to a whole new level. It's going to be an unforgettable celebration of Olympic excellence, live on Discovery Plus.
There's Goldia.
It's either going to work or going to fail spectacularly.
Yes!
This is the driest it's ever been since all the years I've been here. This should be full of water.
Oh, it makes me want to cry.
Mine's getting shorter and shorter every day. I know my story's going to end, but theirs is just beginning.
Brand new Aussie Gold Hunters. Stream the full series now, only on Discovery Plus.
This is where the championship takes place. And as you can see, just to begin proceedings today, we've got an amazing flyby. It is the championship, ladies and gentlemen. The Freedom taking on the San Francisco Unicorns. Second season of Cognizant Major League Cricket. And this will officially kick things off for us. And look at that, art in the sky. Hopefully we'll see some sixes join them up there as well throughout the day. But what a season it's been. We've had 25 matches. This today is the pinnacle, and we're hoping that these two teams will give us a real blockbuster of a show to scream about. As you can hear, they're screaming behind me. 7,000 people expected in today, and the Freedom, who have been the best team in the competition, taking on the Unicorns. These two teams know each other well. They've met 3 times in the last 6 days, and they'll be hoping to use that to their advantage in terms of these matchups, in terms of these rivalries. So both teams will be looking forward to getting out there. We're not far away, just 16 past 7 at the moment, so just 14 minutes away from the start. Earlier we did have the coin toss, Steve Smith with coin in hand. It was Corey Anderson who called correctly, Unicorns captain, and he opted to bowl first. It's been the trend for teams here at the Grand Prairie Stadium, so maybe slight advantage to the Unicorns. And speaking of the San Francisco Unicorns, a team who didn't make the playoffs in 2023, they've gotten their revenge, but they're not finished yet. This is what it means for them to be in the grand finale.
What a breakthrough! And in some style!
Oh, for last night's game? That was unreal. I mean, because obviously the lights are slightly lower at the stadium, so those kind of catches is really tough because it's coming straight out the light. So, I mean, he was holding one hand up, blocking the light, and then just stuck the ball out and it stuck. So, obviously, special catch. He's been always phenomenal with the bat, always the anchor roll in the middle over there. Always the first one to bowl an over if someone has to go off.
It's definitely a big deal, especially beating the team that knocked us out last year, and silencing some of those whistles definitely felt nice. And now we just, it's one game away from lifting the trophy, and that's what we've tried to achieve. Everyone's really excited, it's an opportunity to do something really special. And yeah, we've already faced this team twice, so excited to go again. From our team, I think the standout player has definitely been Hassan Khan. He's been incredible this season with both bat, ball, and on the field. I mean, from the first practice session that I played with him, I knew that this guy is special. Hits the ball cleanly, keeps his head still. With the ball, he's not afraid to toss it up, and very good skills as a spinner. And then on the field, he's electric as well. So he's that perfect 3-in-1 package that you look for.
The key for us is the strength of our squad, not just the playing 11. The goal has always been to win the tournament. We came here to be ready to leave on Monday. And I think because our thoughts were in that direction, that obviously happened.
perfect to see so many smiling faces, guys. And one man, they hope to be smiling today on that field. He's been smiling all tournament, Sonny. Hassan Khan, with his all-round brilliance. First season, he's taken it by storm.
He has, and you know, like Sanjay, his teammate was just describing him, he's a 3-in-1 package, and any team will have a 3-in-1 package. What we've seen when he comes into bat, also the way he bats, you know, the shot selection, the way he goes, not afraid to toss the ball up, not afraid to use the crease, not afraid to change his line and length. He is a street smart cricketer. That's what you want in this format, because it's such a fast format that you want somebody who can think on his feet and do what he does.
And we can't forget his batting either, close to 200 runs this season. But Heidos, put on your coaching cap for a minute. Harris Ralph, Pat Cummins, two superstars in his unicorn side, only 5 wickets combined for the season. They still got to the final. What would you like to see from them specifically tonight?
Well, they've got to perform because they've elected to bowl first, and that's where they can control the game. In particular, through the middle, that's where they've both been getting damaged. In particular, Pat Cummins, who's had a really good 12 months of learning the art of T20 cricket bowling, his off-pace deliveries, cutters, and on this wicket, maybe even just his normal test match length. Harris Ralph, on the other hand, he has been travelling a little bit over 9 runs and over, and at the death, he's complicating matters too much for mine. Trying to bowl too many off-pace, slower ones. The man grew up playing tennis ball cricket and tape ball cricket, and he can bowl thunderbolts, 90-mile-an-hour Yorkers, and we're not seeing enough of him. They're coming a bit more predictable, and he's getting taxed because of it.
Yeah, look for their new ball bowling as well. That's been a struggle for them. Wickets in the power play. Guys, fascinating stuff when it comes to the players, but today we've got a fascinating battle with the coaches. 2 friends, 2 former teammates, Heidos' teammates actually. They meet on opposite ends of the field today. Before we go to the break, let's hear from the 2 head coaches.
Shane, following your challenger game against TSK, talk to me a little bit about your build-up to this high-pressure championship match.
It's been pretty relaxed, to be honest. Yesterday was more just a day to recover, freshen up mentally and physically. And then just in the lead up to tonight's game is just doing a little bit of planning, sort of take the learnings from the previous game against TSK, but also especially the one against Washington where they outplayed us in that 1v2. So we know what we need to do to be able to give ourselves the best chance tonight.
Washington Freedom, what are the critical success factors for you to secure a win?
Well, Travis Head as a starting point has been incredibly good. So if we want to be able to get on the right side of the result, he's got to score the least amount of runs as possible.
Is there a mini battle in this championship match between yourself and Ricky Ponting for coaching supremacy?
Look, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to be a head coach and coaching against Ricky. Obviously, he's one of my very good friends and always been one of my mentors. So it certainly would be nice if things worked out on our side to be able to sort of get one up on a good friend. But look, in the end, it's just going to be exciting to be able to see the guys be out in the middle, the world-class players that have been on display, whether that's the overseas players and the domestic players. It's been incredible cricket to watch.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
Ricky, very familiar opposition, very familiar coach in the opposition dugout. How have you prepared for this championship match?
The same way as we have every other game, to be honest. Like we've had back-to-back games, the last 5 or 6 days, so our training's actually been quite relaxed. We've had optional sessions most days. I think only 2 or 3 of our playing 11 actually came to training yesterday, which I'm really happy about. So, yeah, our 3rd time against these guys in about 6 days. So I think both teams know each other really well, and whoever stands up under pressure today will actually win the game.
What's been key to your success this season?
I've loved the attitude of the group. We've got a very good group of players, but their attitude towards the game, taking the game on all the time, trying to find ways to put the opposition under pressure. Our planning and preparation has been really good, which you've probably seen through the way that we've played our cricket. So, look, I couldn't be happier, but at the end of the day, it's all about now. It's not about what's happened in the past. We've got to turn up and make sure we play our best game tonight, and I'm pretty confident we can.
Yeah, tell me about your thoughts on the opposition team. How are you going to conquer them? A little bit of insight into that.
Well, I mean, if you look at the 2 games we've played against them, we were probably a little bit unlucky game 1 with the conditions the way that they were. They chased really well. They're a top-heavy batting lineup. And, a couple of their locals in the middle have actually done really well with the bat. Finn and Jake obviously hold the keys to the top of the order for them. So we put a bit more in-depth preparation and planning for this game. We've got a chance to look at them in their semi-final win as well. And Finn obviously played well there. So we'll have a few little different things for him today. A few little field placements that he mightn't have seen before that might make it a little bit interesting.
All the very best.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Thanks.
looks like the spray tan guy will just come straight to your house. But how's it going with the chairman?
Good shot, Sir Rupert.
Big news, he's confirmed profits are up again.
You know, Nationwide have shared their profits with nearly 4 million of their members.
We can't compete with that.
But shouldn't we try and do something similar?
Shareholders are the beating heart of this bank. Wedge me.
What's the matter? Lost your balls? This year we gave £100 to every eligible member through our fairer share payment. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Epic deals this summer at Curry's. Save 10% on all Sony OLED and QLED TVs, like this 55-inch Bravia 7 from $1,395 for a limited time only. Or save up to £320 on these Samsung fridge freezers, with oodles of space like this water dispenser model from $449. And save up to £80 on selected Hotpoint washing machines, like this 8-kilo machine, at our lowest ever price. At Curry's.
So, what big Hollywood star did you get for a movie?
I got Mr. Hollywood himself.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Huh. Clooney's let himself go. And now like this. Don't flinch, don't flinch. No. It's like Mr. Hollywood never made a movie before.
Leave me alone.
Sorry, you've got a soggy bottom. Just make it simple. Use 2-for-1 cinema tickets when you take out the qualifying products to compare the market.
The Olympic Games Paris 2024, live on Eurosport with every moment only on Discovery Plus.
It's time for the championship in Dallas. Cognizant Major League Cricket Season 2. It comes down to this. I look at the two teams. Just the one change for the Washington Freedom. A fourth change. AJ Tai played one game earlier this season. Comes in for Lockie Ferguson. And a very strong Unicorns batting lineup that bowling team will have to contend with. But it's time now for my favorite part. The predictions. I've got two experts alongside me. Haydos and Sonny. Haydos, you first. Who's going to win this championship tonight?
I feel that Unicorns have got the edge tonight. It's a good toss to actually win, and I feel the X factor is someone like Jake Fraser McGurk. Hassan Khan has been absolutely brilliant at the end, and to bring it home, I just think Corey Anderson's he's ready for that upset.
Tell me, Sonny, who are you thinking?
Well, I would normally go with Haydos, but because he's on the other side, I think the Unicorns will win. So.
Well, you heard it from the experts. Predictions locked in. The teams are ready. Let's join them for the anthem.
Fans, please rise if you are able and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem, performed by professional musician and Rochester, New York native, Adam McGrath.
condition once more with the national anthem as we prelude this championship match in the Cognizant MLC 2024. And boy, this town, Dallas, has been gracious to all of us, co-hosts to this magnificent Cognizant MLC 2024. Over 3.5 weeks, we've enjoyed this beautiful part of the United States of America, the warmth ever present in and amongst the people, the culture, and the action will continue here at the Grand Prairie Stadium, a picturesque ground, as we appreciate the aerial view of this magnificent facility that will host what should be the climax of this Cognizant MLC 2024 season. Two presiding umpires, the 54-year-old Gregory Brathwaite, alongside Murray Rasmus, 60-year-old first-class player from South Africa. And they are joined by Paul Wilson, former Australian Test and ODI player, and Simon Toffel, who will be the match referee for this, the championship. The Unicorns, deserving finalists, led by Corey Anderson, will hope that they can go one step further and for the first time lift this crown jewel of T20 cricket here in America. Of course, Washington Freedom, on the other hand, will rely heavily on these two, Captain Steve Smith and Travis Head. Boy, he's been in scintillating form with the bat. So dominant these two are at the top. They'll be hoping for another brilliant start. Pyrotechnics expected. Again, if you followed last year, you would know that the roots of defeat were bitter for these two teams, but today, only one will taste the fruit of victory. Great conditions once more at the Grand Prairie Stadium. We're still on that pitch number 4 that hosted the Challenger match. Travis Head will know a lot about the conditions here.
Which means no more.
Both himself and his captain in that top 5 leading run scorers in the Cognizant MLC 2024. Kamai LaRue with the first task of bowling that very important first over of the innings. Which team will prevail? Only time will tell. Glorious ambience and atmosphere here in Texas, Dallas. And the countdown has begun for the championship match. And we shall play. Kamai LaRue to Travis Head. Nice swing straight away, as we often see with the new ball in the first innings here at the Grand Prairie Stadium. Of course, the Unicorns would have spent a long time discussing ways and options to dislodge these two openers to start the process of taking the ascendancy. Lofted drive, that's in the gap, and that will be 4. So straight away, intent and aggression from Head.
Well, you bet you he's going to be on, isn't he? Such a key factor for Washington, especially now that they've got the first opportunity in to use this wicket. No hesitation whatsoever to go over the inner field. There's an ominous sense already around this performance.
16 match at this venue. The curator, Dave Agnew, he's been brilliant in maintaining a very high standard with the pitch and conditions. There he is. Hats off, most definitely. Once more for the final. And as Corey Anderson mentioned, doesn't really see a difference in either batting first or batting second from a conditions point of view. That's in the gap as well. Supreme gap finding skills from Travis Head. 2 boundaries already in the over.
I'm of the opinion that these fast bowlers have got no clue where they want to go to with Travis Head at the moment. He bowled hard test match lengths and give any width, and he punishes it through extra cover. You watch this, he'll over-adjust here, Larue, and he'll go at Travis Head, and he'll get dispatched through the onside as well.
Lofted, deep, third comes around and puts it down. That was a chance. Chance gone a-begging.
5 consecutive half centuries from Travis Head. Could this have been that X-factor catch? Would have changed the very nature of the game. Such big plays right here. Look at that. In the end, he'd made comfortable ground to it. It's a huge opportunity here. Mark that one down, folks. Mark it down. Harris Ralph under pressure.
Off the mark straight away. Pat Cummins doesn't pick up cleanly, so good solid start from Freedom, 10 from the first over.
With Paddy Power's Wonder Wheel, you get another chance to win every day. Imagine life with another chance. Come on, let's actually imagine it.
Excuse me, my mate fancies you.
He's a bit long, isn't he? No thanks.
Oh, nice one, babe. Come here. You'll always get another chance with Paddy Power games.
Andrew Tye, the Australian overseas, right-hand fast bowler. That one change for the Freedom, and it's a forced change. No Lockie Ferguson, who injured his hamstring in the last game. For the Unicorns. Unchanged team, Pat Cummins. As we often see with a first over in this Lexus power play.
Really looking forward to this battle right here. Pat Cummins, really strategic in the way that he go about business. Already another little sloppy mistake there. The drop catch. Head flays it outside off stump. Of course he is. That's what he does. And the trap was set. The door just needed to be closed. And boy, oh boy, if there's ever a turning point, that could well be it. You don't give these champions second bites of the cherry in a final. We know the sort of calibre that Travis Head is in big matches. Think back to the 50 over World Cup in Ahmedabad just last year, pounded it through, got a big 100. The Test World Championship, another big 100.
Bubble taken on the second attempt. Finn Allen, the fielder, so Travis Head, innings curtailed.
I was looking forward to this battle for this exact reason. A well thought out, well planned bowler in Pat Cummins bowling test hard lengths, crashing it into that kind of 30-foot zone. And you've got a second bite of the cherry, talking of which, Finn Allen, but he manages to scoop it with those enormous hands. And the dangerous Travis Head creates a chance in the first, but gets taken in the second and taken down for 9. It's 11 for 1.
Epic deals this summer at Curry's. Save 10% on all Sony OLED and QLED TVs, like this 55-inch Bravia 7 from $1395 for a limited time only. Or save up to £320 on these Samsung fridge freezers, with oodles of space like this water dispenser model from $449. And save up to £80 on selected Hotpoint washing machines, like this 8-kilo machine, at our lowest ever price. At Currys.
Andreas Haas, batting at number 3. He's been in fine form. Has scored 59, just 1/2 century this season. But he's a player that can manipulate the field and bat spin, which might just be critical.
He's a world-class performer, Pat Cummins. We're just blowing head up. We love the way that he goes about playing in big matches. But when it comes to planning and execution, the very finest, and I'm talking about now Test cricket finest, he is right there, and he's learnt to bowl particularly well in the shorter formats of the game. Taking pace off the ball through the middle, but he gets his chance with the new ball here. And Travis Head, he's just going for broke. He will always give a chance. And he just won't leave the length alone here, Pat Cummins. House has been good, but he's got a strike rate of 115 as well. Head, on the other hand, 173. So in terms of planning, we heard Shane Watson talking about it in your interview today. He went straight to the juggernaut and straight to the jugular, Travis Head. We've taken special time to make sure our preparation and planning is there for him. Now he's drinking coffee in the dugout and wondering what happened. So brilliant. Absolutely superb way to go about things today.
The last delivery, a remotely speedy delivery. 88 miles per hour, fastest of the over so far. I guess a different reaction from his opposite number, Ricky Ponting. And will be about achieving all the small goals to win that overall objective of the title, the championship status. Superb over from Pat Cummins, the wickets of Travis Head, and just 3 runs, 13 for 1. Just has a knack for stringing deliveries together. Pat Cummins, first over accounting for the dangerous Travis Head, not able to continue that fine form of 5 consecutive half centuries, maybe into a 6th.
Looking at that, Steve Smith is your banker. There's not a single withdrawal that he takes out in terms of the way that he goes about his play. You look at his performances thus far, almost 250 runs and an average of 49, about 20 below his test average. Got a strike rate of 142. He's rock solid. But with the X factor of Head, it gives a different dynamic to their batting lineup. It actually means that the X in Maxwell needs to really stand up as well. Ratch and Ravindra are the same, batting out of position, but I tell you, those two guys have got something special about them. And Steve Smith's role here can't change. You can't all of a sudden expect to catch up on Head's performances.
Well, within the Lexus power play, he might be a little more risk tolerant, having lost Travis Head. During this phase of the innings, teams usually search for maximum boundaries. Just 2 fielders outside that inner ring. And they are leg side.
45 for 1 versus New York was Freedom's lowest power play this season, so keep an eye out for that one, folks. 13 for 1 at this stage.
Yeah, just trying to clear the inner ring. Again, also, at the same time, he'll have to understand the conditions here at the Grand Prairie Stadium. Pitch number 4 being used. Appears a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah, hence why I think it's a really good toss to win. We talk about it though, don't we, all the time. Win the power play, control the match. Doesn't necessarily mean you win the game, but you get a really good look at the opportunity of just dominating play. Big win today, back to about 2 weeks ago, coming down the ground, not across the ground like it has been over the last 3 or 4 days. That'll make a difference.
Define comes into the circle. There's a deep point now. And he goes with the lofted drive. That's brilliantly executed. Klaus gets a move on.
Overpitched and taken down. Sweet shot. He's a good player. He's been in good form. Can he just pull the trigger on something special? Get a sense that today's match is going to be defined by players that aren't necessarily the international players, the domestic players. Think of Hassan Khan, the way that he's been going about his performances.
Pull into his field. Well, in true American style, this cognizant MLC climaxes with this championship match, and boy, the crowd has responded. Spectators from all over the United States of America, some from abroad as well, have made the sacrifice to be here, to be part of the journey and the excitement.
Absorbing balls, 20 for 1 after 3.
The William Hill 5, top tips for positive play. Don't chase losses. Know your limits. Get support if you need it. Take a break. Keep it fun. Find our safer gambling tools online or in shop.
In yellow, Matthew Hayden is very proud. Jumping around, the excitement is ever present. Great atmosphere for the players in this final. The prestige of lifting the trophy at the end of this game. Really everything that players look forward to. Cummings for his second over.
Working around. Just a little earlier, let's have a look at the way that Travis Head went about his business. Length ball, just in that sort of fifth stump line, takes him down, got a little over pitch, but got away with it. Then a little wider, a little fuller, and that was a drop catch. And now this one finally, what a great piece of vision, bird's eye view here. What Phil Allen saw in that moment, a little bobble, but no problems whatsoever.
Reaction of Josh Inglis was so special. Knew exactly what that wicket meant for the Unicorns.
Yeah, I was so worried. Does he get enough? Great piece of fielding. We'll have to blow the whistle there. It's a little knock on. Hassan Khan, he is just a great ground fielder. But he had to really push himself here. Outside edge, just sort of rolled, inside edge, sorry, just had rolled his hands across it, got enough on it. It's a beautiful outfield. Gee, this is a good venue. It's a wonderful pitch, superb outfield. It's been blessed here in this tournament to be just sun-driven. It's been lovely conditions to play cricket. 16th match here this season. What have we had? one slightly rain-affected game and another that just sprinkled, like a misting just to cool the crowd down. But otherwise, it's been superb. You wait until you see these shots at the sunset here this afternoon. It's glorious. Crowd out and about, got beautiful colours to them. They're all supporting these two teams that have been top of the table. One played two, remember. That's how they've arrived here today. Freedom done it the easy way.
Clipped away and goes all the way. That's the first 6 of the innings, and it might just open the floodgates for many more.
Took him to the 4th over. Suddenly we've got our first maximum. You might be right there, Ganga. It might be just time to start raining 6s. Has to be, really. Have to have some effort in this power play. When you've been sent in, you want to start to dominate right now.
A change in the field now. Two deep fielders leg side, so straight away Pat Cummins making an adjustment. What will his length be? A little bit fuller. Slow ball and dispatched. Well watched, well spotted by Klaus. And another 4 in the innings.
He's popping a bit of tap in this over here. Just over pitches his slow one, not into the wicket. It's a good wicket, that's what I'm talking about. You can't play that shot on a wicket that's not good. It'll hold and stop and affect your timing. And this wicket, boy, you get over pitch and it's trouble.
Expensive 4th over from Pat Cummins, 15 runs coming from it, 35 for 1 after 4.
20 laps of Silverstone.
This is one of the biggest Grand Prix. And the British Grand Prix is away. Oh, exactly what we want to see. Wow, he's gone down. Gets it on the line. An absolute classic here in Silverstone.
Nicely worked. Timed as well. Away for 4 more.
On the pads, nice juicy half volley. And a player of the caliber of Steve Smith is not going to miss out on that opportunity. Knows where the fielders are, hit it between those two fielders. Lovely shot.
39 for 1 now. Washington Freedom. A look at the Royal leading run scorers. Faf du Plessis is not going to be caught. 420, prolific. Steve Smith's there. Travis Head now gone. So important, having got the wicket of Travis Head, and it's an important wicket because he's been the one who's propelled them, particularly at the start of games. It's gone a little further than that, of course. That's why they have this wonderful record. But as the fielding side, the Unicorns, you can't then take your foot off the gas because you think the job is done. It's the beginning of the job.
Definitely. Sometimes that can happen. You get a top batter out and you start to relax just a little bit. They can't afford to. It's just a 20-over game. They cannot afford to relax even for one delivery.
A look at the stake projected scores. And at the current rate, they'll get 171. They'd like more than that, of course. And it's a good clip they're going at, despite the loss of Head.
Yes. Gauss is the one who's batting so well. sometimes somebody has to pick up the gauntlet. So Travis had gone. Gauss has certainly done that. 21 of 12, 175 the strike rate. Steve Smith at the moment just trying to ease himself in. We've seen him play some extraordinary shots in the earlier games. So he's perfectly capable of pressing on the accelerator as well.
A good comeback in the over. Went for 4 off the first ball, and in the end it's gone for just 5. 40 for 1.
So, what big Hollywood star did you get for a movie?
I got Mr. Hollywood himself.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Huh. Clooney's let himself go. And like this. Don't flinch. No. It's like Mr. Hollywood never made a movie before.
Leave me alone.
Sorry, you've got a soggy bottom. Just make it simple. With 2-for-1 cinema tickets when you take out the qualifying products to compare the market.
And a tie. Very experienced, been around a long time. Into the side. For the injured Lucky Ferguson. Hamstring strain for him. Here's a young man who's been so impressive with bat and with ball.
So much so that Corey Anderson has given him the last over of the power play. The confidence that he has evoked in the skipper. He's a clever bowler. Never easy to bowl when you've got only 2 fielders outside the 30-meter circle as protection.
His skills are the ability to control the pace at which he delivers and to vary it whilst retaining accuracy. There's a slight complication here with him bowling early. Shot! Wonderful use of the feet. And it's just lifted over that offside for 4.
Well, that's it, isn't it? The skipper is always thinking, where should the second fielder be? There's one for the slog sweep at deep mid-wicket. But where should that second fielder outside the 30-meter circle be? Should it be long off? Should it be deep extra cover? The fielder was at long off. And if you play the inside-out shot, you will clear the long off more often.
Good again, this time leg side. Excellent work by Shafane Rutherford. Well, perhaps not. It's gone for 4.
He gave it everything. But then wasn't able to drag the ball in. This is the problem. You're a good bowler, but in the power play, you can be taken for runs.
Yeah, the move was an attacking one from Corey Anderson. To bring him on, he's been in fine form, and he perhaps thought that he could get into this batting lineup. 2 right-handers at the crease. He could try and get some grip and get it to turn away from them. Yeah, the little complication I was talking about is shouts of catch it. Oh, wow. There you go. He's got the wicket I'm talking about. Finn Allen takes the catch. And it's worked a treat for Anderson. That man has sun again.
Yes. He was looking to play it a little straighter. Yes, you can see that he's looking to play it more towards the long on side. But the turn undid him. And the move has worked. Attacking move, aggressive move by Corey Anderson. He conceded 9 runs, yes, but he's got the wicket of Ghost, who's looking very good. It's 49 for 2.
It looks like the spray tan guy will just come straight to your house. But how's it going with the chairman?
Good shot, Sir Rupert. Big news. He's confirmed profits are up again.
You know, Nationwide have shared their profits with nearly 4 million of their members.
We can't compete with that.
But shouldn't we try and do something similar?
Shareholders are the beating heart of this bank. Wedge me.
what's the matter? Lost your balls?
This year we gave £100 to every eligible member through our Fairer Share payment. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Talented New Zealander Rachin Ravindra walks out to the middle. Couple of wickets down. Final delivery of the power play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's so well done. Objective achieved. The wicket by Hassan Khan. Lexus power play done. It's 49 for 2. This power play so important just to get yourself started in the game. Not great as a start that, but then look at that wicket, big wicket too of Travis Head. Then Andres Gross came in and played some wonderful shots. Got the aggression up, got that board ticking. That's a beauty, waiting on the ball then, just working it to the right of mid-on. And Steve Smith to Hassan Khan. Got him away for 4. But Bose couldn't. He was gone. Here's Haris Rauf into the attack.
He's got to do what he knows best, and that is to bowl quick. Haris Rauf, when he tries to do something different than what he's used to, can be expensive. This is what he needs to do. One run, that's not a problem at all. You don't want to concede 9 or 10 runs. This is how Gauch was out. Mistimed his shot, simple catch, too long off. Very good bowling that from Hassan.
Yeah, lovely catch. Easy as you like, those are the ones you want. The little complication I was on about, Sonny, is the fact that it's a new ball for Hassan and therefore not necessarily that easy for him to grip. And with the batters coming at him, he might have had some difficulty. Didn't at all in the end.
Not at all. Yes, I think you will concede the odd boundary when you have just 2 fielders outside the 30-meter circle, which he did. But he came back so well, just shortened his length, and that was crucial. See, this is what he does really well. Bowl fast and straight.
Yeah, let's get downstairs now. Nikilutam Chandani, where are you?
Listen to me, guys. It's all happening here at the Grand Prairie Stadium in the final. First of all, Daisy Dole tearing it up. Wait. Now I want to show you all something. After this delivery, Haris Rauf bowling, but I want to show you guys something. Do you guys remember Dinesh, the crazy man? Dinesh is back, but hold on. Nikhil is the man. Nikhil, I have to find Nikhil here. So Nikhil, what has the MLC done for the USA this season?
It has brought cricket to the US. That's a privilege for us. We grew up in the Southeast Asia watching the game, but looking at the likes of Travis Head, Haris Rauf here in our backyard in Dallas, what else can we ask? Oh yeah. We have friends from California, from New Jersey, from Kansas.
Right, we're good. We've got Jeff here, who's from Kansas, and Jeff is at his first ever cricket game. Jeff, what do you think? First of all, I love the wear. I love the clothes.
Awesome. All my friends brought me here, first time ever. I'll be bringing the family back. I love it. I mean, the excitement's awesome.
Jeff is bringing his family. It is a family event. They're having a blast here. Back to you.
I'm not so sure he's got it under control there. Oh, wow. Yeah, love it. Love that everyone's having a great time. think Nikhil's having a wonderful time as well, dancing in the crowd. Big contest, good contest on out there, and usually there'd be the one Washington Freedom, and they're absolutely blasting it to all parts and putting the bowling under pressure. They've been put under pressure here because they've been rocked. Their main man, Travis Head, out early. And so somebody else has got to do it. Sold out final. They're all in. Off it at 54 for 2 after 7. It's the strategic timeout.
The following commercial is too tall for TV. The new Buffalo Towel Burger. Chicken, hash brown, buffalo sauce. It doesn't fit. Unless...
Looks like the spray tan guy will just come straight to your house. But how's it going with the chairman?
Good shot, Sir Rupert.
Big news. He's confirmed profits are up again. You know, Nationwide have shared their profits with nearly 4 million of their members. We can't compete with that. But shouldn't we try and do something similar?
Shareholders are the beating heart of this bank. Wedge me. What's the matter? Lost your balls?
This year we gave £100 to every eligible member through our Fairer Share payment. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Allianz Car and Home Insurance. Get your quote today at allianz.co.uk.
Take your everyday and make it extraordinary. With What Car's Car of the Year 2024, all new Lexus LBX.
I want to leave a legacy that's never been left before.
The outstanding pound-for-pound fighter in the world today. Speculation over, now it's fight time. He's gone. That is extraordinary. Oh my goodness! And that was perfect timing. All the talking now over, and the fight is about to begin.
Billy has been watching. Janoy, Drysdale. The young fellow is obviously watching absolutely all the cricket that there is. He's talking about Sri Lanka playing in their bilaterals against India. Seen all his favourite players wherever they're playing, so that there's cricket closer to him, no doubt makes him happy. Plays a whole lot, watches a whole lot. Great stuff.
Yes, and you can get inspired by just one player. Suddenly he catches your eye. You've all obviously read and heard about other players, but there could be someone you haven't heard haven't seen much of. Somebody like Rachin Ravindra, young man, had an outstanding World Cup and then has continued his form for New Zealand in the test matches as well. Somebody like him can be inspirational. At such a young age to be able to bat the way he does, bowl the way he does, somebody like a Sanjay Krishnamurti plays for America, plays for the United States of America. Hassan Khan, Saurav Netravalkar. These are inspirational figures here in the game, and they have done so well.
That's so well played. Quickly onto it and put it away beautifully. Steve Smith.
Yeah, actually a waste of time trying to bounce Steve Smith. He was waiting for it. Leo quickly got into position, then smashed it away from those two fielders. Two fielders in the deep. But he hit it right between them. No chance for either of the fielders to even make an attempt to stop the ball.
First boundary in 12 balls, that one. Whoopsie. Down the leg side. Janoy Drysdale expected to do a similar sort of job as he did in the previous match, in the Challenger match. It was very good. At a time where TSK might have thought they would go after him as he came into the attack, he was on point and managed to pick up a couple of wickets. Really good performance of the night.
Yes, and at crucial time as well. But you don't want to get carried away by what you did the previous game, because it's a different opposition, different strengths, different weaknesses.
It's great, this game, isn't it? You start afresh every time. Nicely bowled, pace off the delivery, and the annoyance of Smith at failing to work it past the fielder to rotate, strike and get one.
The face-off delivery has to be the right length and right line as well. This is exactly what it was. It wasn't too short, which is the reason why Smith wasn't able to take advantage of it. A lot of times you try and bowl the variety delivery, the slow delivery, you end up pitching it halfway down, and then the batter can pick offside, onside, straight, wherever.
The frustrations can lead to searching for a shot and producing a false one. 8 done, 61 for 2.
At Direct Line, we've got car insurance for different kinds of people. Alice likes to have it all. She's got Comprehensive Plus. Then there's Joel, who likes just a few bells and whistles. He's got Comprehensive. Or there's our new Essentials cover for those like Dan, who prefer things stripped back. Exactly. So whatever flavour you're after, come direct to compare our prices.
Critically, they've gotten those 2 early breakthroughs, but this is the hard part now. Bit of a partnership building and very experienced Steve Smith at the crease. Carmelo his usual trend of bowling 3 in that power play, now back for his 4th and final over. Chris Morris is alongside.
Evening, Nikhil. Evening to everybody at home. I almost think the game's in the balance at the moment. Two very good batters out in the middle. Steve Smith struggling to get the ball off the square at the end of that last over. So potentially the wicket maybe can be a little bit slower today than it has been. If I'm the San Francisco Unicorns, I'm pretty happy with where I'm sitting in the game as it stands.
They've done well to contain Smith. He's so situationally aware. He will know exactly when the right time is. Maybe he sizes up that delivery. They found great consistency, Murray, in these two openers. One of them getting out of the power play, making sure that happens so that they've got a set batter at the crease at all times. Only once in this entire tournament have both Smith and Head been dismissed inside that power play.
Yeah, and it's such a key that when you've got two explosive batters up at the top, one of them has to bat through all the way.
He's decided the time is now. An NTT data, massive 6.
You sense there was a little bit of frustration in that shot from Steve Smith, maybe a shot in anger. Slower ball before from Carmen LaRue, keeping a little bit low, going across him. On this occasion, standing up beautifully and just helping himself. Look at the finish, the pose, 292 feet. Steve Smith getting into his groove.
Cummins just having a chat with Carmen LaRue. Cummins did dismiss him in that last game early. But you wonder on this surface, Murray, which has been used, this is the third time we're on this surface. Time will tell how good this knock is from Steve Smith, getting himself in and trying to now accelerate. You don't always get back, you don't ever get back those deliveries from the power play, but if he goes on and gets a big score and they get to maybe 160, 170, you think maybe it could be the right calculation.
Yeah, well, if the wicket is a little bit slower than I mentioned, it definitely would be the guy to get through, and all of a sudden you're looking at it and you're going, are we looking at a 160 score again, or are we looking at that 180 score?
State projected scores. Current rate is that 160, but he'll be thinking more. Goes again. The wrath of Steve Smith. Back-to-back 6s.
We're definitely getting into the rhythm here. Steve Smith knows exactly what the ball's going to be doing coming down the wicket. Carmen LaRue's gone to the slow ball, got put away. Pace on. Getting inside the line. It's a tall boy, is Carmen LaRue. It's a little bit of extra bounce, but that is a sweet strike from Steve Smith. He's played that shot so well throughout his career. And again, we said games in the balance, but now the momentum surely starting to get a little bit of momentum with the Washington Freedom, getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, they've got that deep cover field. They're trying to force him to hit to the bigger side of the ground. Like that, but Smith was so good and the length not full enough, so he's able to open up into that leg side.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier on that one person needs to go through, and what that means is when someone bats through the innings, it gives the rest of the batters the platform to come on and play the natural game. That was the first one from Steve Smith, high and long over the wicket, and the second one behind square. So using all the facilities he has available to him. He can keep doing what he's doing. It just frees up all the power hitters to come, and they do have some power, do the Freedom.
Ooh, didn't get there, Josh Inglis, but yeah, been some extra bounce there from Carmen LaRue. Nonetheless, 18 from the ninth, 79 for 2.
Epic deals this summer at Curry's. Save 10% on all Sony OLED and QLED TVs, like this 55-inch Bravia 7 from $1395 for a limited time only. Or save up to £320 on these Samsung fridge freezers, with oodles of space like this water dispenser model from $449. And save up to £80 on selected Hotpoint washing machines, like this 8-kilo machine, at our lowest ever price. At Curry's.
Big jump in that ninth over, biggest over of the innings. All of a sudden that rate a lot closer to 9 and over, which gets them to that 175, 180 mark. Drysdale.
At stages it was a struggle for Steve Smith. He has managed to get a boundary ever so few balls when he was tied down, and some of the shots he's played have been exquisite. Reading the play, reading the field, and execution on point.
using his feet, trying to negate maybe a slower surface, but at times, Murray, they've gotten such great starts from Head, from Smith, and then when they get to the middle overs where House and Ratchin Ravindra bat, Jacob Espina at times, they've lost their way in the middle, haven't been one of the better scoring teams in these overs between 7 and 15. So having Smith and Maxwell to come, we saw what he did against Hassan Khan nights ago here. They will think tonight can be a change of fortunes. Sorry about that one.
Yeah, spot on, Nikhil. It's so important that now these two have a platform and they can play their natural game. And you mentioned all those names. You've got Marco Jansen still to come, so there's a lot of batting. Ian Holland opens the batting in forward first class cricket, so much batting left to come. And you almost feel that when they get to the 10 over mark, they can really, really unleash and put the foot down.
Drysdale have to use the dimensions. Very good running from Ratchin Ravindra. Wanted to straight away as soon as he set off. Bringing a good intensity in these middle overs.
A great intent from Ravindra. You can see straight away, watch the head, knocks it into the gap, puts the head down and sprints that first one. That's the key. And you do all the hard work in the first half and get back quite easily. That's a good piece of running. San Francisco Unicorns need to be sharp here.
What do you think about the surface, Murray? I know you were out there having a look. Do you think maybe it's a case where it could get better as we go into the evening, or is it on the slower side? What do you think?
Yes, I think it's a little bit slower this afternoon. Had a bit of heat on it for the last 2 days. It wasn't used last night, obviously, because it was the day off preparing for the final. They did water it like they would have if there was a game late last night and gave it a roll. But I do think it is just a little bit slower than what we've seen over the last 2 games. But I do feel the trend is that the wicket does get better through the night. Potentially a little bit of dew to help the ball skid on.
Look for another 2 here. And they will get another 2. So even though they're not getting the boundaries with great regularity, still finding a way. And given what you just said about that surface, Murray, I'm thinking about Hassan Khan. When does Corey Anderson decide he wants to use his remaining 3 of Hassan Khan? Because Smith has struggled this season against spin. What a sunset. You could not ask for a better Cognizant MLC Championship game. You could not ask for better weather either. Good change up. First time we really seen him go for that Yorker. End of 10, 86 for 2. Yeah, very important partnership. Some of the best sunsets in the USA you'll find here in Dallas, Texas. Game at a nice juncture after 10. $7,000 people in today at the Grand Prairie Stadium. First time we've had that many this season, and they've chosen the final to come out for. And Murray, it is hectic down there. Loud, they're having a blast, enjoying the food. That's what you want.
Saw you getting into it, Nikhil, having a dance with the crowd, but it's wonderful to see that all the people coming out to support the championship game.
Straight through. Harris Ralph. Big wicket.
An admittedly speedy delivery at 90 miles an hour. This is what he's known for, Harris Ralph. He's quick through the air, quick off the wicket. And even quicker off the inside edge onto that off stump from Ravindra. Clever captaincy, middle off up in the ring. Ravindra looking to go straight over his head with the fielder up. Just rushing and potentially keeping a little bit low. That's a big wicket for Harris Ralph and the Unicorns. Dangerous. Rachin Travindra's got to go. 86 for 3.
The following commercial is too tall for TV. The new Buffalo Towel Bagger. Chicken, hash brown, buffalo sauce. It doesn't fit. Unless...
Maxwell, and they've come out to see Maxi. An impressive half century a couple of days ago against this team in that qualifier, and he'll be hoping for more.
And there's his numbers. Almost 10,000 runs. He's been prolific throughout his career. A strikeout of 153. That is serious numbers. There's an opportunity for the Unicorns to really attack here. They've got mid on down on the boundary. I'll definitely get him in and squeeze a few dot balls.
When he's delivering those Yorkers and executing, he is at his best. At pace too, folks. 89 miles per hour.
Yeah, and this is what made him so successful in his career, bowling those quick full deliveries. I almost feel that decision making has been a little bit clouded throughout the tournament. Steve Smith dismay, punching the bat. That's what we love to see, a fast bowler bowling fast. Rockets.
Here again, he's determined tonight, Harris Rolfe. And Murray, when I was coming into this game, planning for this game, could not believe he's gone wicketless in his last 7. But you think back to all the big finals he's played in. Asia Cup final a couple of years ago, the World Cup final the same year. He's got a very good record in tournament finals. And with that pace, Lord, trouble. Just helped, uses the pace so smartly, Steve Smith.
Yeah, naughty from Harris Rolfe. Missing his line completely. Steve Smith is so good on his hip. Well, the man that's on 49 at the moment, he's not going to miss out. Just helping it along, using the pace. We're harping on about how quick Harris Rolfe is. And what they say is the quicker it comes, the quicker it goes.
He was livid, one of the smaller boundaries as well, that fine leg boundary, and he's now brought that deep backward square a lot finer. And we'll get to 50, Steve Smith. A very responsible approach from the captain in a big final, 27 T20 50 to go with 300s. Third of this year's Cognizant MLC.
It's been a good measured knock from Steve Smith, leading from the front. Was tied down at one stage and we thought, oh, the wicket might be getting the best of in the pitch. The class of the man shining through, knowing exactly when to pull the trigger. Important innings for his team.
Very good from Harris Rolfe. Yes, he's been hit for the 6. Come back for 2, Maxwell underway, but he's gotten a massive wicket, 96 for 3.
There's a scorecard. The dangerous hit, getting out early today after 5 50s in a row. Steve Smith taking the reins, getting that 50, playing beautifully so far. Close, looked dangerous. Rachin Ravindra, now got Maxwell in the middle. Explosiveness potentially coming.
Right, folks, buckle up. A fascinating 9 overs coming your way. And this is the matchup we want to see. Hassan Khan versus Glenn Maxwell. He's not on strike just yet for Steve Smith. You'll get it now. Why do I say that, Murray? Because you will remember very clearly 4 sixes against the bowling of Hassan Khan, all over deep mid-wicket with that slog sweep.
And what we've witnessed from Hassan Khan in this tournament is he doesn't take lightly to batters hitting him. He gets into the contest. He's definitely one of those guys that you want in your team with bat, ball and field. That's a mouth-watering contest between the two. Dan Maxwell, known as the Big Show, and Hassan Khan definitely looked to end that show early.
And the difference today, though, he's bowling from the other end. So now a Maxwell slog sweep will be into the much bigger side of the ground. Probably the better end for him to operate from. Straight away, going for that switch hit.
And this is the previous match we're talking about. Glenn Maxwell chasing down a total, just taking Hassan Khan down, played beautifully and hit some big shots. Line don't matter, I'm going downtown.
Yes, sir.
And he's trying to target that smaller side. You think Murray is brave enough to flight to Maxwell and try to induce that big slow sweep that we just saw? Before we get to that, though, Hassan Khan working his way up that Willow by Crick Buzz and leading wicket takers list. He's close.
Pushing for 2 and decide against it. Good decision. Chef Van Rutherford very quick off the boundary. Look, I think that's the way to go against Maxwell, especially when he's early on in his innings. I mean, that's such a good piece of bowling, seeing Maxwell go early, changing his line, changing the flight. But I think when Maxwell's early on in his innings and you do tend to throw it up, he gets tempted in so quickly to try and play the big shots, and that's where he gets himself into trouble. But what he has been good at is changing his pace. One gone slow, one gone quick.
Is that he will attack the spin. Rashid, Noor Ahmad, Hassan Harmeet Singh, he will attack them. He's been attacking them and he's been dismissed. 100 comes up. So many variables in this sport. Has to determine when is the best time to go. Half-hearted appeal, don't think there's any bat on that. Maybe just a pad. End of 12, 100 comes up in the over. 100 for 3.
We're BetMGM, and we know that things aren't always golden. That's why we offer you the tools to keep your play safe. Set timeouts to always ensure you take a break when you feel you need it. Set reality checks so you know exactly how long you've been playing. And set deposit limits to help control what you spend. Keep things golden with responsible play at BetMGM.
Great display of batting from Steve Smith. He's trying to just form the right chemistry with Glenn Maxwell to go deeper into this innings. 8 overs remaining in the innings. Again, power score just around that 160 marker. So batting first, Steve Smith might be thinking closer to 200, Sunil Gavaskar.
That should be the aim anyway, because with Maxwell around 200 is eminently possible. And the way Steve Smith has opened his shoulders, 52 of 37, yes, why not?
A third Cognizant MLC 50 for Steve Smith this season. Really took the responsibility to continue run scoring, following the dismissal of Travis Head, his partner, who's been so disruptive, has filled the void sufficiently so far in the innings, and he will want to finish in a flourish.
7.5 overs left. So looking at about 47 deliveries. Oh, he's mistimed it. Is it going to be taken? Is it going to be taken? No. Not only was it not taken, it was a boundary as well.
Teasing the fielders. was aiming to play leg side, the leading edge found. And because it was a pace-on delivery from Drysdale, it just flew in that deep third area, ran for 4. And Steve Smith is there. It will be a major concern for Corey Anderson. Means to say the other batters could come in and play their natural game alongside Smith and get hold of it. So it will bounce a couple times to Shafin Rutherford. Where will Washington Freedom finish at the end of 20 overs? The stake projected scores suggests that at this current rate they get to 171, but they may well get to that 197, 200 marker.
There's a very good chance of that. Maxwell just come into bat, just batted 7 deliveries for his 6. But Smith is batting really well. He's making every ball count for something. And that should be the aim in these few overs left now. 7 overs after this one is completed. Or get a run to the wide.